All right, we are live. Welcome to Tales of the Grimoire, Episode 3. I am Basement 45, the Clan Grimoire Media Manager. With me tonight we have Bahamut Zero, our lead
Hey,
community manager.
hey everybody.
We have Kiazami.
What's going on, guys?
We have Invited Cracker, who is Thing 1 of Thing 2.
What up, what up, what up?
And possibly joining us is 3 of 4. Ding, indeed. All right. So tonight we're gonna just kind of focus on the House of Wolves release, which is coming, tomorrow. What, 15, 16 hours? Can't do math right now. My brain's hurting a little bit.
Yeah.
So, first things off, what have people done to get ready for tomorrow? Why don't you start us off, Kizami?
I've pretty much gotten all my main character. I've gotten all my factions up to basically, if I turn in one bounty, it'll knock them over. So I'm hoping to get that postmaster package for each one of the factions, and the same thing with my my Cryptarch.
Right.
And
Yeah.
stockpiling Ingrams like crazy, and I've stockpiled all the consumable. I forget what they're called, but you can get 200 each time you turn them in.
Yeah.
The commendations.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
With the nightfall bonus, it was like 311.
Was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. So one of my characters needed like 300 rep, right, to cross the line. And so on Sunday, I was like, I'll go ahead and use one of those commendations because I think they give like 250 or something like that.
Right.
One of those, get it real close, and then I'll put on something else. Just so happened the nightfall thing made it 311, and me over the I'm like, Jesus.
That's something that happened to me the other night.
Saturday, and I had to go work all weekend. Very
Right.
unfair.
Yeah, similar thing happened to me today. I was running on my alternate warlock and played the daily Crucible event so I could get my passage coin, and forgot to put on the right bond and ranked up my Crucible by accident. That was a waste. But
Yeah.
whatever. I think I'd rather have the passage coin at this point.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What about you, IC? Anything special?
Well, now that I'm platinum, there's not really much else to do, but no, I've been playing a lot more lately. Some of you guys might know why, but here the last few days, obviously been farming all those blue engrams, trying to get keys. I got 2 keys.
Did you?
Yeah,
Nice.
but I've got all my engrams filled up in my space.
Mhm.
I ain't got nowhere to put anything, so now I'm pretty much done unless I want to just keep filling up the postmaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody
and,
got exotic shards for tomorrow?
What's that?
Got enough exotic shards for everything you want tomorrow?
I've got 14 of them.
Okay.
So I'm not going to be spending 14 right off day one. So I think I'm good. And by the way, I think I made a commitment a couple weeks ago. I forget which exotic I'm supposed to do first, but I'm sure you guys made a note of it. I think it was No Land Beyond. I'm gonna level up first.
You're just gonna throw the first one away. It's all good.
Yeah. Well, since I'm platinum and all.
Yeah.
So I think I'm using 27 of them tomorrow. 19 or 9. Yeah. I'm using 27 of them tomorrow. So I got 9 pieces of armor and then another 18 guns.
Yeah. I think tomorrow I'm just gonna do Gallahorn, Thorn, and maybe. sorry, it dropped for me.
Not just me.
Hey, I've been waiting for it for a while, and I'm happy that it dropped. And it'll drop for you too. Just
Years from now. I'm like Gray in a home, like screaming about the help taking the grapes. And it'll finally drop.
It'll drop the day before you're like, I'm done with the game. And all of a sudden, it'll drop, you'll be like,
well, I think it'll be the day before Destiny 2, and they decide it's not going to carry over.
That would suck. Don't say that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, well, you know, to be quite honest, I'm getting a bit annoyed with those Galahorn drops.
I've been annoyed with them for a while.
But yeah, I think I might do probably my symbiote for my hunter.
Yeah.
Symbiote helm, because I've been running that basically.
Yeah.
What about you're only having Titans, right? You only have to do those 9 exotics right there, and you're done. It's pretty nice.
Right. So 3, what's up for you?
For myself, it was just mainly getting back into pool a bit more regularly, and did some farming over the weekend. Learned the hard way that limited postmaster space.
Yep.
And about it. You know, just my
what did you do?
Again?
I was just asking, what did you lose? You said you learned it the hard way.
The lost items.
Oh yeah, no, I thought he said he lost something from the postmaster. I was just curious what he lost.
Yes. I didn't realize that there was only a limited amount of space for the postmaster to hold stuff. So
yeah.
I got a coin on Saturday, I think it was. And I went about my merry way, just collecting more and more Ingrams and blue shit, basically. And
oh shit!
You know, on Sunday, I went there to look at my coin, the shiny coin, because I hadn't gotten anything else but the coin, the blue Ingrams. And noticed my coin was gone, and was pissed off for about a good half hour because I didn't realize that there was limited space, and I should have taken the coin out and put it on my tune. And
that sucks.
Yeah, exactly. And I went out and created another tune just to hold shit, so I could have space.
Yep.
I'm very OCD about my tunes. My third tune holds all the first raid's gear, the second tune holds all the second raid's gear, and the third tune holds all the Iron Banner gear. Exotics go in the vault. That's how.
It's not bad. I might have to start organizing my stuff a little better.
Right.
Oh no, I'm just like psychotic with the Virgo stuff, honestly.
Yeah. So I know myself. I've been probably sitting at max accommodations for a month and a half. I've got all the factions except for that Crucible I accidentally tripped, all set to go with 1 bounty or anything. Let's see, max materials, spin metal, all that good stuff. And I cannot hold a single more Ingram or anything across any of my characters, the Vault, the Postmaster, and the Postmaster storage. It is all maxed out.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's going to be a big party about as soon as that thing drops at the Cryptarch. I think probably close to 100 Ingrams to decode.
So when the game first launched, I had bought I saved every single Ingram I got from the day I got the game until I hit level 20, and then I used them all at once. That was an awesome feeling. I had never found an Ingram until that point. It felt so good.
Yeah. So obviously we got the patch. Came in a little late this week, but it came in. So it brought back Queen's Wrath. Totally different than it was before. I know my initial thoughts is I like it a lot more than it did the last time. I like that it wasn't just running some story missions and, hey, you get a drop at the end. But it was, this whole go out, hunt this guy, which is kind of neat. But the fact that it's, a new thing each day to do, adds to the world each day. And then, like, the little bit of the frenzy with finding the chests, I think is kind of a fun little twist to it, too. What's your thought there, IC?
Well, I mean, I don't know. At first I was just thinking, another bounty, and then I played it and I thought, no, this is going to be the same thing over and over again. This sucks. But then, after playing it and then playing it with, several people, I mean, especially the frenzy for the chest. I mean, that was a lot of fun because there were several times where it would spawn in a spot where it never spawned before, and we were just going everywhere trying to find it. We found it within the last 10 seconds, and we were, cheering that we actually found it. And then, of course, we were able to mark that on our list. Okay, there's another spawn spot, right? So then, and then it would start spawning in the same spot each time, and then you get used to it, and then you go over there every time, and then it wouldn't go there anymore. You think, oh no, So I don't know, man. It was, it was a lot of fun. I'm hoping that they continue that after the DLC drops. I like it. I hope they add a little more to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. What about you, 3? Whoa, we had stereo 3s showing up now.
Oh, hey, what's up, 333?
3 or 4 squared?
What was the question?
Oh yeah, just what are your thoughts on the Queen's Wrath the last few days?
I'm enjoying the bounties and farming the chest. It's been a lot of fun. I've been able to just hang out with the guys a lot more, and it just the camaraderie that goes along with that. So it's just been a lot easier than getting a group into a raid or trying to find a group for a strike. It's just everybody's farming the chest and just hopping in when you can, and just hanging out and enjoying the clan. It's been the best part of it for me so far.
Yeah. One of the things I've really liked is how the world feels populated again when you're out doing patrols, because you have all these people just show up out of nowhere, and it's like, there's people here, and it kind of gets exciting there for a little bit, and then everyone runs off together, and it's fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts there, Kiazami?
Yeah, I mean, I like something new. The fact that you can do something new. And it's fun to just kind of hang out in the area where they're gonna spawn. Just kind of wait for them to come in, and then the fact that you get to use one of the new weapons, it's awesome. I love the Scorch Cannon.
Mm-hmm.
So, just sitting there and like shooting it off and like holding it down and letting it charge up, and then like just the huge blast. It's awesome.
Yeah, that charge is really effective.
Yeah.
What's the longest you let it charge?
I let it charge until it blows up and then shoots another one.
Yeah. That's my favorite. It takes so long, sometimes it doesn't blow up in time before someone kills it, but
right, yeah. But I tell you, like, the best strat to use is to try to hold on to at least 2 of those shots for the actual target character.
Yes. Yeah.
Because a lot of times I'll go and just a random person comes in, grabs the Scorch Cannon, and like boom, shoot off all 10 shots and it's done. And you're just on the first wave.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't even need it for 2 waves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find myself grabbing it, running around a corner, switching weapons, and then when I need it, I go back.
Right.
And grab it. It's kind of whoredom.
Yeah. It kind of sucks when it's just like you and like another person in. Like a couple of times, random and myself, we've run in, and then it's just the 2 of us, or myself and 1950, and we drop it, and we're using our guns, and then some random kid just jumps in, picks it up, and starts firing, and it's just like, oh.
Quit wasting it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So the thing I actually found that I really liked, and it's a little frustrating, but it's frustrating in a good way, is that if you don't have a massive group of people who know what they're doing in those events, they're actually kind of hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like that. So when you find yourself soloing them, it's a battle just to stay alive.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
And it's real rewarding when you actually beat one solo.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. A lot of the public events that are there now are fairly simple.
Yeah.
Or it's just a single bullet hose boss that doesn't do any damage.
Right.
So
yeah, I tell you, the invis captains I think was a really nice touch.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you'll just get like the
that was
the shotguns.
Nice, man.
What'd you say? Baja?
Oh, I just said, Baja.
Oh yeah, no, I was agreeing absolutely. I was just like, yeah, I love the Invis captains, love them.
They've done a great job at improving the graphics on that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you what, those Invis captains are going to suck in Prison of Elders with Arcburn.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be mean.
Yeah, it is.
But
You almost need someone to just like look for those guys.
well, that's where I think like the Fane of Your Ute, the scout rifle, is going to come in real useful. I saw a few people using it earlier today when I was running some, farming some of the chests, and they marked them, and it made a world of difference just to track them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's going to pay off a lot for those of you that actually have that.
I still need that.
Same here.
I forgot that phone even had that option. It's nothing you would ever use except for that. You know what I mean? You would hardly ever use that.
Right.
Right. But
I've
yeah,
had some people use it at PvP.
Yeah. That's, whatever reason, I'm always sticking to their Hawkmoon or Thorn, though, usually if it's PvP.
Yeah. Yeah, I really kind of hate that. I feel like it kind of cheapens the play because like almost everybody's running Hawkmoon and Last Word in PvP.
Yeah, so I finally finished leveling up my Last Word because of that. I just kept getting killed. Like the fire rate is just so fast. I was like, okay, I have to level mine up. I can't not have it leveled anymore.
Right.
Yeah, I may have been doing the same thing.
Yeah, really.
So, yeah, so for those of us that completed the Queen's Rewards today, there was that whole reward that was dropped from Petra. What do we think that reward's going to be?
It hurt. I had to like shake it off.
Go ahead, Kiazami.
I'm thinking it might be armor based, kind of like the previous Queen's Bounty. It'd be awesome if it was the new ship, but,
I don't think so.
but I doubt it will be. But I think it's armor.
Yeah, it could very well be. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if this is like a weekly thing, where you get like a piece of armor, you have to complete a series of the 7 bounties or 6 bounties, and then you reward at the end of the week for doing every. Jesus Christ, that goat!
I'm sitting here watching it.
Get yourself a piece of armor. Good fucking God. That is awful. All right, so the other thing that occurred to me is I wonder if it could potentially be a way they haven't told us to get etheric light too.
Oh, that'd be good.
Be good, but I don't know.
Make sure you got in every day, or make sure you got all your bounties done every week, wouldn't it?
Right. Well, the interesting thing is I bet you can't log in on day 5 if you haven't picked up the day 3 bounty and get a day 3 bounty. So it's one of those things I think is going to encourage you to log in every day.
Oh yeah.
So which is smart.
Yeah, I mean that kind of sucks for the people that work, and just get home and just dog tired.
Or if their schedules just don't allow it, like TC or somebody like that,
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
So I mean that
would alienate the entire player base and piss people off.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's certainly possible that they may just allow you to pick up all the bounties, but they just release one a day. That might be the path of least resistance.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, probably.
You'd have to think after the mistakes or at least things that have upset the fan base. You would have to assume that they've kind of learned their lesson on those things. But
Yeah. So I mean, you do have a little bit of that though with trials coming out for just being a weekend thing. So we'll see how people respond to that.
I still haven't had anybody give me a valid argument as to why it's a good thing to restrict it to a number less than 7 days, right? Like,
right.
Why does it have to be less than a week? What's the argument for that? I just don't understand it.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I bet you that's something that's brought up.
There has to be some sort of idea that they've come up with to say this is a good idea and why we need to compress the time that it's available in. Apparently it's out of my pay grade to know what that reason would be.
Right.
Well, Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I think maybe they're just trying to put, a certain value on the activity. I mean, for a regular Crucible match to be available all week long is different than one that's only available 5 days. Yeah, I mean, to me, you're right. It doesn't make sense. 5 days, 7 days, really, what's the difference? But other than trying to create some kind of value to get people more interested, because now we have to grind that much more because we only have that much less time.
Yeah, no, I mean, I suppose. I mean, just like anything in life, there's pros and cons, and so you maybe say to yourself, hey, we give a window where people know they're going to have to be in it. If you give a smaller window, you're probably going to get a larger percentage of your base playing during that time. And nonetheless, that positive doesn't offset the negative of saying, hey, for the folks of you who can't make it during that.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see about that.
It could be part of the fact that they're trying to match you with people in the same bandwidth, and maybe that.
Yes. So the more of your population you have in, the easier that is to do. No doubt.
Yeah. So does that mean we should all pull in a random Aussie into our fire team for trials just to throw off the lag factor really bad?
Yes.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. You do notice way more things when you're playing cross-continent on things that have specific timing and things like Crota, where 1 minute interval for this 1 minute. I mean, we just found out now that they let you have the sword set that you can't take out the sword sword bearer too early, or else you won't get the ogre when you get to the other room, and then when you try to group up going to the third room, then you're gonna have 3 people trying to take on both ogre. Yeah, there's any number of mechanics that a little bit of lag can screw up pretty quickly.
Yeah,
that's true. Well, I mean, as far as matching for connection, when I first heard that, I thought, oh, come on, really? I want to be matched with somebody that's not going to blow my head off every time I round the corner.
Right.
But then I think it was myself, Frag, and one other person. I don't know. I was so frustrated. I didn't even care who the hell it was that I was playing with. But it was what was it, Skirmish or whatever, the 3v3?
Yeah.
The connection was so horrible that you couldn't play. The guys on the other team were wiping our asses. I mean, it was horrible. So then you start thinking, well, with this whole new thing, they're going to be trying to pair you up with people with same type of connection. Maybe there's something to that, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how that plays out, because there's one thing that's different with Destiny, is that if you have a poor connection, you win. Opposed to if you were playing COD, if you have a poor connection, you automatically lose.
Right.
It's the complete opposite, and it's so frustrating. So.
Yeah, you got something there, 3?
No, I'm just sitting there listening because you guys are way more technical than I even dreamt that this was possible to get into.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't even know that was not. I heard people complaining about lag, but I didn't realize that that Destiny was trying to fix the issue by matching people with the same bandwidth, and pulling in an Aussie would impact the game or
right.
team's favor. I had no clue.
Yeah.
I don't play that much, and when I do play, I'm usually playing like a group with clanmates, so I'm just listening to the chatter and enjoying the game versus like someone who plays like on a weekly basis, and I just didn't realize it was that detailed.
Right.
So I just want to kill shit.
Man, so just as an FYI, man, the lag's so bad that like Wolfire, he's in England. That dude is he is so freaking awesome at the game. I don't know how much any people necessarily who are talking right now get a chance to play with Wolf, but the guy is awesome. And then B-Rock is ridiculously good. I think people know that. If you've played with King, he's very good. I generally hold my own. I do fairly well. And so on our Saturday and Sunday morning group, or at least my morning, for High Wizard, and it's kind of really all the Aussies kind of in there as well. We had all these guys who were very, very good at the game and the raid, and nonetheless we could never get a kill as a group because the lag when you go across 3 different continents made it to where Crota refused to cooperate at any point.
Yeah.
And that was incredibly frustrating that we had a group that during the vault where there was lag, but not to the way you felt it during Crota, certainly in hard mode anyways. It just so frustrating that we had a group good enough to do it, and just it was almost impossible to get it done because of the way that the system functioned.
Yep. Yeah. So I want to pull a question from chat here. Frag wanted to comment that we got to keep it simple for 3, so he wants us to ask, how much does 3 think Master Rahul can bench?
Oh, man. Y'all didn't even see 3. When we were seeing the video of him, as soon as he got online, I was like, man, 3 would whoop my ass.
Yeah. So what's the answer, 3? Say that again?
I'm a really easygoing kind of guy.
Yeah. You're an intense-looking guy, though, for an easygoing guy.
I'm easygoing.
Never to an easygoing Slim Jim. Yeah.
All right. So, what do we think of knowing what we know today? And we'll revisit this in the next episode. But from what we know today, do we think what they're including in House of Wolves is going to keep us busy to the fall? Who wants to field that?
I'll go first. I'm going to say, for me personally, and for probably a good chunk of maybe the player base, probably not. Just because you're going to get tired. Like you have PvP, you're playing for base as PvE, and they're not going to cross over that much. Even though there's the appeal for the armor, and people get tired of it come the summertime. And it's just going to tail off like it did with Crota. And then they'll pick back up into the fall, possibly, if they find something to keep the player base coming in. But I'm going to say no, it's not going to stay strong the entire summer. There's too many other games coming out there, lining up that can pull people away from Destiny.
Yep.
So I guess the question actually is it a bad thing if it doesn't keep us jam-packed until the fall? I mean, maybe it's a good thing, we get in a couple months of content and then have some time to catch up on our backlogs.
Honestly, the game has little to do with how much time we're all going to end up putting into it. So you didn't ask me the question earlier, but I'll tell you one of the things that I've liked about the Queen stuff is that it got you doing the patrols again, right?
Yeah.
I found myself liking doing patrols again, like having a reason to go out there and have, random folks come up again and them not, if they don't suck, actually be useful. And it just gave you another reason to do how they originally had the content. And I think once they took away the need to farm materials, there was never a reason to go on patrol anymore. Personally, I just have been using marks to buy stuff, and I've never farmed anything or gone in patrol or done any bounties or given a damn. And so same thing like with the daily where they're giving you a way to get a passage coin. I think it's a good idea that they give you as many reasons as possible to want to do the different ways that they have for you to access their content. Because with the limited amount of content that there is, dicing it up in as many different ways as possible is a smart idea. And the other thing is it's reminded me a lot of the loot cave, right? Like
yeah.
It's like, hey, we're going out to go farm shit, like let's do it. And so you just play with people that you don't normally get to play with all the time because they're not part of your raid group or your normal Nightfall group that you do, whatever it is. So you find yourself playing with people that you don't always play with again, and not just that, there's 10 minutes usually, or 5 minutes, or whatever minutes between, a wolf pack spawn. So you're just kind of shooting the shit while you're walking around, just doing, bounties together and crap. Or like I said, like as many different reasons to give you to access and parse their content with the way that our clan works, right? That you can find somebody, it's going to be a good guy, you're going to enjoy doing it together, or a group of guys, whatever. That's definitely a plus. And just like freaking Crota, I mean, you're gonna run out eventually. Nonetheless, the group of guys is gonna keep you coming back and wanting to play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
True.
What do you think, Kiazami?
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. just I think the newness of everything's going to get everybody back in, and then we're going to be able to reconnect with a lot of people that we haven't played with in a while. And that brotherhood right there is going to keep us playing for a while. But the fact that we do have new games coming out this summer, like I'm excited for Batman coming out next month. I've been waiting for that for a while.
Oh yeah.
So that's going to kind of pull some of my time. So the fact that they are instituting some new stuff in there, and that's really what we've been waiting for, is some new content for us to play, and for us to I personally love ghost hunting, so I know there's some new ghosts. They've upped the Grimoire score, so now I have to grind even further.
Would you mind if I let you share play for me, please?
So I can find all the ghosts.
I got like 40 or 50 of them for you to go find.
Yeah. We'll do it. We'll do it one day.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Actually, if I had somebody to do it with, I probably would do it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I love finding all that stuff, and I just hope that the content that they put into the new DLC is gonna keep me interested. I want more in-game content. The Grimoire cards are cool to read and everything, but I want in-game content to kind of get me more tied into the universe.
Right.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I see. Given the fact that the Prison of Elders has these 5 or 6 different modes that rotate each week, you think that's going to keep Prison of Elders from getting stale as fast as Crota?
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about that. I'm not real big into horde modes and things like that, but the whole concept that they're trying to introduce with this Prison of Elders, I think, to me, feels very appealing. The fact that it changes so often, that's going to keep it fresh in my mind, because for me, doing the raids every week, and though I love raids, sometimes I just it's kind of a grind for me. It's not like I really want to do it. It's just because I have to do it, because I got to get that weapon, or I got to get those shards, or what have you. But for it to change up the way that they're talking about, I think that's going to keep me coming back more and more and more. Now, as far as do I feel like Bungie kind of messed up as far as what they're releasing now before the summertime? There's a lot of games coming out. We've touched on that. I think that Bungie should have maybe released this back whenever they released what was it? Dark Below, or yeah. And then no raid then, but then now they release a new raid and the Prison of Elders, because the summertime is going to be such a long stretch, and we've got so many good games coming out. For me, I'm going to be spending a lot of time, obviously, on The Witcher and Dragon Age, and so it's going to be hard for me to come back. But I think the only thing that's going to really bring me back is that Prison of Elders.
Mm-hmm.
But having said that, with us being such a large clan, I think that it's also very appealing to come back and start doing those patrols with everybody else. I mean, I used to game a lot with Deja Clue and Kiazami. We used to go out all the time, and then once we started the raid teams, we kind of split up, and so we all just kind of hung out with the same group. And now that we're not being forced, not really forced, but not playing in these specific groups, I think that's going to help us as a brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'm kind of torn back and forth, but all in all, I think it's going to be a pretty good summer.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot more random pickup matches with Prison of Elders, so that's going to be fun to go through and do some of that with just some different people here and there.
Oh yeah, especially the first week or two, because I know everybody's breaking off into their 3-man teams within their raid group. But after a week or two, there's going to be pickup groups every single night. You're going to get to play with all the different kind of raid groups, and then just people that just don't, even if they're not in a raid group, that you just don't play with all the time. That's going to be one of the best aspects of this expansion.
Yeah, so that's actually something I was thinking about. Is the fact that there is just a 3-man activity for the summer actually might not be the worst thing because people's plans change a lot for the summer and people aren't necessarily around, so it might actually work out well for the new content to only be 3-man teams. But because not everybody's got a big pool of people like we do to pull from to find subs.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they can match. I guess they don't have to have preset teams on every aspect of it too. They can get some matching, which is good for probably some of the player base, or a lot of the player base.
Yeah. So one of the things I want to talk about too is we did. I don't think we really played arms. So they're introducing a sidearm class for your special weapon. What the hell is that going to be used for? It's this like bullet hose pistol, but in a special slot that's designed to do high impact damage. So, how do we think what utility is that going to have?
Well, I mean, from playing like Call of Duty, I know that you could, you could have 2 handguns versus a handgun and a sniper, or I think some people like using handguns. Like I personally like using handguns. I very rarely switch over to my shotgun or sniper unless I'm in a position where I need to be sniping or in PvP. So if I'm on patrols, I'll sit there with my scout rifle or my hand cannon and just headshot things from miles away. And I like doing that. So I think it just adds a different dynamic to the way people play. And I mean, I think it's more geared towards PvP, those close combat situations where you don't necessarily want to be looking down the scope of a sniper rifle. You just want a quick handgun. So I think that's where they're going to really get a lot of their play.
Yeah, so you think it's going to almost turn more into a medium range weapon?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's obviously not going to compete with a shotgun and probably not a fusion rifle.
Right.
Well, it might have some chance against a fusion rifle just given the fire rate.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't think
the
destructive factor of a fusion rifle isn't going to quite be there.
Right. Yeah, no, I think it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. And getting that first sight, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, other thoughts leading into tomorrow that people want to share? You got something there, 3?
I'm just really looking forward to just getting started, checking it out. I was just debating on doing the nightfall in the morning or wait until after release at, I guess, 1 o'clock Eastern. I've heard conflicting reports as to when the best time to do it is, but I'm just looking forward to checking it out, doing the story mode. I was who was I talking to yesterday? And I was just talking about the story mode and how people on the internet was just grumbling about how bad the story mode was. It wasn't full, it wasn't robust, but it wasn't totally bad either. I'm looking forward to doing story missions probably first thing. Because I just really I did enjoy the story. I liked the gaps in there because it left me wondering what's this for, what's that for. I can't wait for more content.
Yeah.
Anything to expand the story is a plus at this point, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, just regardless of quality, it needs further expansion. Just so, even if nothing else, to let your own imagination enjoy it a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun running the story modes tomorrow. Although I will say I am looking forward to kind of just plowing through them just so we can get the Prison Elders because that's.
Thank you. That's kiazami. We're on the same page. Let's get that shit done and get to the real thing. Let's knock it out. Get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get up to level 33, maybe 34 if we get some crazy drops, and then hit the 34 Prison Elders and just get totally wrecked.
Yep. See, my whole thing is the timing, because right now Petra is in the tower, and you're supposed to get blinded and be in the reef tomorrow. So it's what happens tonight to make her, to get her blinded in one eye, and then she's in the reef. And,
well, she is wearing her helmet, so it could have already happened.
This is
we
true.
haven't seen her eyes, and the rebellion has started. So it will be interesting to see if they actually just they weave that in, or if it's just a detail that they just kind of leave there. Because
Right.
if I remember right, back in the original Queen's Wrath, she had use of both eyes, and it was a patch. So.
Yeah, but
Anything
I'm excited. I'm really excited just to see, like, the new landscape and everything, some of the new sectors, definitely the exotic weapons and exotic gear. Want to collect as much as I can.
I'd love some more new enemies besides just the invisible captains. More new enemies would be great.
Oh, would that be awesome? Yeah, it really would.
Well,
I think like that was the most disappointing thing I thought about the Dark Below is the lack of new enemies, like the Gatekeeper, the Sword Bearers. I mean, like, okay.
Yeah.
Some more enemy types, some more, that would be great. That would be absolutely great.
Yeah, if I remember
I
right.
want to see that damn dragon.
Oh, the Ahamkara? Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. I feel like that's going to come someday. Probably not in this one, though.
Yeah. I think that's what's kind of limiting them is the fact that it is the first game, and they don't want to just like throw everything out there at you.
Sure.
But we want everything out there, and then so we can just have it. But we just gotta be patient, like just wait for the story to unfold as the games unfold.
Yeah.
Man, fuck patience. Have you looked around at the world we live in? Patience is dead.
No, definitely. I'm quite impatient myself when it comes to that. I definitely want everything now. I want, just let me click one button or put in a code and have everything just right there.
I want to take off like 3 weeks of vacation and watch every MCU movie that will be made for the next 20 years, like back to back. That would be my ideal.
Right now, it only takes about 26 hours. You can do it.
That's what I'm saying. I want to see like the next 20 years worth of movies.
Yeah. No, one of these days I am going to sit down and like in a weekend power slam through those, but that'll probably never happen in all honesty until my kid's old enough to do it with. Yeah. But when he's old enough, it's going to be something else.
That's what my wife and I do when there's like a rainy weekend. It's like, let's watch all the extended edition Lord of the Rings movies from The Hobbit to the to the Return, from beginning to end, back to back. We'll do that on a rainy weekend all the time.
I do that with Battlestar Galactica.
There you go. Yeah. I'm sure there's plenty of things.
Yeah.
We've done the Harry Potter movies before.
Yep. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the last big marathon I did, but it was probably all the way back in college at this point. So TV series kind of get blown through, but that's kind of different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the last one.
Yeah, but I've got all the good trilogies and stuff lined up for when the kid's old enough, between Back to the Future, Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, and Marvels, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, grow up already, kid.
Yeah.
Well, yours is probably most of the way there, I see.
I said, grow up already.
What does that mean?
I mean, I want you to grow up fast.
I need you to check me in.
Oh, is it time for your bed?
Yes.
I figured you could stay up a little bit later until I get done with this.
Yeah.
Wait. May I? Real quick. May I?
But he needs help with
Take a video of my foot.
Yep. Oh man, I'm glad he didn't hear that.
It'd be going on all week.
Yeah, it was 2 long days of that.
I bet. All right, so that's all I got for tonight, anyways. So we'll let IC get his kid off to bed. So tomorrow, House of Wolves releases roughly 1 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be streaming on the Clan channel, probably starting around 2:30, depending on what's going on in my house tomorrow. And I plan on streaming for probably about 8 hours. So. Yep. Yeah, Kiazami, Baja, and I are going to be running through the story missions and getting Prison of Elders hard. So, come see us, figure out what the hell's going on. Okay. So, don't have a firm date locked down yet for the next podcast, but it's probably going to be somewhere around the 5th or 6th of June. And we'll be going in and kind of, rehashing, seeing what what our thoughts are of everything in the House of Wolves so far, and then the other couple episodes planned out past there, and there's 3 with scary eyes.
There he is.
That man will lift you over his head with ease.
That's right. That's right. So, any last words, Baha?
Nah, just I'm excited. I'm glad to be playing with even more guys from the clan. Seeing a lot of folks that you just don't see all the time because they're normally with their raid groups and things like that. It's great to be together as a community and clan again. And I'm excited. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Any last words, 3?
Looking forward to hanging out with some more guys. Like I said, the past couple of days, I've been picking up with people I haven't played with before. And having a blast. Looking forward to doing more of that.
Good deal. How about you, Kiazami?
Yeah, I just hope that Bungie's servers can handle everybody taking tomorrow off so we can all play. But no, I'm definitely looking forward for hanging out with everybody. I know there's going to be a lot of people on tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun, and just to see what everybody gets, the drops, and just the different experiences that everybody's going to have, and definitely checking the band to see what everybody's saying and what everybody's finding. So definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting another galley shard myself.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, by the way, did we have any requests from any of our anybody watching or anything like that? Any comments or anything like that?
That hasn't been as interesting a week as it was last time.
Oh, nothing bad or anything like that.
Biscuits and Iggy not being around.
I was hoping to be able to make Pat's night. Oh well.
Yeah, well, maybe another time. So maybe we'll make that if he agrees to come on with 1950, so we can hear Little Pad's stories. Maybe that could be his reward.
Oh, to see the same picture that y'all saw? Yeah, because Pat, you did miss seeing the picture by like 2 minutes, buddy.
That's right. That's right.
The one in the pink. You remember the one in the pink I told you about?
Yeah.
You've been here 1 minute earlier, dude.
Right. Yeah. So I see. Any last words?
No, not really. Just I'm excited to actually be able to play it in the game while my son's awake.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's definitely a reason Destiny gets played so much.
Yeah. Destiny, I can play with him once he goes to bed. I can play the other game, which I shall not mention around him, where he will want to see it.
Right.
He doesn't even know you have it.
I mean, he does, but he doesn't know really what it is.
You don't need to run in his face, right?
Right.
Like a 16-year-old, I can drink and you can't.
Right.
Bad
Yeah.
So I say we're getting off, and then Heaven Has No Lag comes up with a question asking who's gotten keys so far. So we'll just go down the list. I've got 1 key out of about 60 or 70 chests. Baha, any keys?
About 20, 25 chests, no keys.
3, any keys?
I'm pushing 1 key out of about 50 chests.
All right. Kiazami.
Probably about 1 key from 25 chests.
All right, and Invited.
2 keys from about 30 chests.
All right, you're the winner.
Yep.
So we get to find out tomorrow exactly how those work. But
I'm pretty sure Vernon said earlier he got keys in back-to-back chests.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And then Deja getting 3 in like an hour or 2.
Yeah.
That's such a Vernon thing to quite honestly get him back-to-back. Whatever.
I know, right?
With newborn twins.
I started playing with Deja. And he always got the most loot. Like anytime we were running together, he always had. He had everything.
Honestly, thank God for it though, because Deja apparently does a lot more than a lot of us do.
Yeah.
So. There's gotta be somebody to get rewards. Let's let it be Deja. I'm cool with that.
All right, so that's it for this evening. Keep your eyes to the Twitter and to Band to find out when exactly the next podcast is going to be, and we will see who will be joining Baha and myself that time. So, for Clan Grimoire, we are out.